I believe in general, Chinese are weak, Americans are confident.
Amazing viewer, it's such a delight to have you once more at Comfort for Life. I bring to you compilations of TikTok and Red Note videos for educational purposes. Thank you so much for your continuous love. It has been an amazing journey, and thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you. I'm back again with another compilation, and I came across this clip on my For You page on TikTok that got me concerned. Have you ever known that being a Chinese could be associated with weakness? Check this with me.
I feel uncomfortable. I'm gonna maybe crash out after this video. My Chinese American identity, every few years, every once in a while, I really try to make an effort to break the barrier and integrate my personalities into one, like Chinese American. Here's the issue. I have deep-rooted beliefs that might be hard to change, and it might be easier to just stick to it. And here's the thing. Beliefs, especially deep-rooted beliefs, are anchored on based on experiences. So it's not just I'm just sitting in a white room and all of a sudden nothingness just became thoughts in my head. It was from outside influences, so it's not without legitimate base. Okay. I believe in general, Chinese are weak, Americans are confident.
I believe in general that Chinese are weak, Americans are confident. Let's continue.
I feel like the issue is my Chinese is good but not amazing. And by that I mean I can speak without an accent in Chinese, but I don't know vocabulary. I don't know. Yesterday I was trying to speak Chinese and I didn't know the word for direction, and then I remembered after the person told me. But the thing is, because I don't have an accent and I look Chinese, but I speak Chinese without an accent, right? People might think I'm Chinese from China, and if that's the case, then am I fucking stupid for not knowing words? So if I were speaking Chinese, in other words, if I was speaking Chinese in a heavy accent, American accent way, then they're like, oh yeah, she's just, ABC, doesn't know Chinese. But my Chinese accent is I don't have an accent. Okay, so that's the part one, is I don't feel as confident speaking in Chinese. One, because I don't know the language as well, and two, because I think that if I speak such good Chinese, then I will be mistaken as a Chinese native, and then I would be seen as weak. My mind associates that two things. I feel like I cannot advocate for myself nearly as well in Chinese than in English. Okay, so that's part one. And part two is, I think, because I think that being seen as Chinese is weak, I'm reluctant to improve my Chinese, because I just had a thought that for point one, where I'm frustrated that I cannot say lots of vocabulary in Chinese, but part two is, okay, well, I believe that I can improve on anything that I set my mind to, but I guess I'm choosing not to radically improve my Chinese because I don't want to be seen as a Chinese native, which I feel like living in America as a Chinese native will be taken advantage of, and I don't want that. Yeah, and of course my own biases are part of this, and the way I grew up and the environment I grew up in. Yeah, I feel like you have to have traveled a great deal, or just have a natural naivety or niceness even, that you won't categorize people, because I think in general people categorize people, and it's hard for someone to imagine, let's say, not saying me as an example, as like the one I'm about to say, right? I'm just trying to, so what I'm about to say, imagine like someone who speaks perfect English who was born and raised in China. I'm pretty sure there's at least one person like this in the world. I'm sure there are more than one person, but I think it's hard for a mind to fathom, like, wait, you're from China, like you just came from China and you speak English this well. So I'm able to get to know someone and then make a judgment, but I cannot help my first bias. And I feel like if I speak really good English, I would have to explain more. And so every like year or two, I really make an effort to embrace my Chineseness and my Chinese identity, and I just feel extremely uncomfortable after. Another part, I'll just say this here too, just on this whole story. So first I went to the Chinese hot pot place, and then I went to a sailing session. I'm learning to sail, and these people asked me where I'm from. And I said China, because I guess I wanted to just be truthful. And they're like, oh, how old were you when you came to America? That sentence made me feel like they're trying to be like, how old were you when you came to my house? That's what it feels like to me. And I was like, oh, I was so young. And that's the truth. I was very young when I came to America. But this reminds me of why, for many occasions where I lied and said I was born in America, because I felt more included this way. So it was a survival tactic for many years, and every so often I try my best to just be like, truth, I want to be truthful, and then I just feel extremely uncomfortable and I recoil in my bed after, because I feel like my core is shaken, my identity is I just feel misunderstood, or maybe I feel like my own bias is getting in the way. I'm not sure. I hope just one other person can relate to this.
Yeah, I don't know if you can relate to this, but I feel what she's trying to communicate right here, and this could also apply to other people who are also part of the minority group in America, where you need to erase a part of you for you to fit in. America is not ethnic, like that what I would say, because I've heard this from so many people from the minority groups in America, where for you to fit in, you really have to assimilate. You need to kill the part of you that makes you from somewhere else, And who knows the consequences of self-erasure when you erase your identity? This is what people use to belittle others, because when part of you is being erased, you are not authentic, and when you're not authentic, you cannot be confident. This authenticity is something amazing, that if someone wants to really oppress you badly, they start with that. They erase who you are, they confuse you, they baptize you with names that don't go well with you, that don't sit well with you. We are having discussions right now on TikTok with African Americans saying they're not from Africa, I don't get into that, but it's a really long debate that is happening on TikTok right now, and it's really buzzing, like I don't want to get into that, don't lose track. But allow me to say this. I want to see more Chinese who would be confident, because not every Chinese would start their video with this intro. And
I'm Chinese. As a Chinese person,
just that, I'm Chinese. I'm from China. As a Chinese, you get, like, it brings a level of pride. I am proud to be a Chinese. It brings confidence. It sounds confident, And I want to see more and more Chinese who would express themselves that way. I have noticed that those Chinese born in America, those who are American by birth, have a feeling that they are superior to those who have migrated. Yeah, and the evidence is this clip right here.
I'm Chinese American, and in America, we pet dogs, not eat them.
Okay, from that, allow me to go to address parents of immigrants here. You left your country with your frustration, with disappointment, with everything associated to the reason why you left your country, and you decided to live and go and build a life for yourself, for your children, and offer them an amazing future in this foreign land. And you chose America. Why did you choose America? Because it sold to us the idea of freedom, of greatness through confidence. You know, such intro, I'm Chinese, I'm American. We always hear Americans saying that, I'm American, because they gain the confidence. And because of that, yeah, you fell for that. You said, okay, let me go build my life there. I'm not saying that America doesn't have opportunities, because so many people have settled there and they have built a lot for themselves. Amazing. You have a better future for your children. You have built yourself good wealth in America, but it shouldn't stop there. It shouldn't make you feel that your child should erase their identity. Yeah, it shouldn't make you feel like your child has no reason to want to go back home. Yeah, because in America you don't fit in. Like, someone who has understood this word that I'm trying to express right here is in this clip right here. Listen to this girl.
You don't need to fit into America. America was never built for you to fit in. And honestly, it will never fully accept you trying to fit in either. A lot of Chinese students come here with a test-taking mindset. We treat America like it's an exam. We study it, analyze it, try to become the perfect answer. We change our names, speak broken English on purpose, even act like we're second-gen Asian American, when we're not. But here's the truth. America doesn't reward people who blend in. It respects people who build their own space. Someone who leads and not follow. Look at the other groups. Irish, Italians, Jews, Russians, Indians. They don't try to erase the culture to fit in. They build strong communities, support each other, protect their identity, and claim their power. That's why they have their own neighborhoods, their own resources, and even political influence. Meanwhile, so many Chinese students and scholars try to wash themselves, erase the culture, speak only English, act like they belong here more than they actually do. But in the end, they still get called chick on the street. Why? Because they never learn to build their own space. They only learn to assimilate into someone else's. Here's what people don't tell you. In America, even if you're weak, you have to act strong. Fake it till you make it is real. This place respects confidence, even if it's fake. If you walk in soft-spoken, overly humble, always apologizing, people won't think you're kind. They'll think you're easy to ignore. So no, don't try to find your place. Make your place. Don't wait for permission. Don't beg to be included. Create your own room, build your own rules, and let others fit into your world. That's how you survive and thrive here.
The term of faking it until you make it is a clear depiction of what America is. Have you ever seen a depressed person where doing morning affirmation? They will affirm things about themselves. I'm beautiful, I'm powerful, I'm great, and then once they leave that mirror, during the days they work and their struggles kicks in, they go back to where they've been. So I'm sorry to say this, but it's the reality, because Americans are people who have sold to us an idea of greatness, while inside they're struggling. But I want to contrast this with the greatness that China has been able to build for themselves. And what I want to give you a reason as a Chinese watching this video right here to be more confident in yourself, because your greatness has been built without invasion. You have never invaded a country, and you've been able to build greatness through hard work, through your qualities, through, I don't know how to express this, but you guys have been able to build yourself inwardly, and wherever you go you shine, and you shake the rooms, you know. And you don't see that about yourself, because if someone would tell you the type of people that they have found intelligent in the world, they will say Asians. And when they speak Asians, you will find a great percentage of Chinese reflecting in that percentage of smartest people in the world that they're talking about. So I would just want to tell you, be confident. Be confident with the Chinese. Either you've been to America, we've not been there, like, but be confident in yourself. Like, have that self-confidence. It's very important. It's very important. America respects people who have built space, who have built strength, you know. And there's nothing that weakens a person than erasing their identity. And do not let that happen to you. Do not let that happen to you. Children will have to make their own choices. I was impressed to come across this video.
You know who the smartest people in the world are? Are the Asians. The Asians. And they just mind their own business. No one talks about them. No one's looking at them. They're always in the shadows, minding their business, making their money, have their business, their nail salons, their Chinese food. And what's even crazier about their business is they do zero marketing. I want to know how they do it. Zero marketing and still be successful. Everyone needs to be like the Asians, because if everyone just mind their own fucking business, your life becomes peaceful, right? The world will be peaceful. Everyone's minding their own fucking business, just like they do, because that's why they have a peaceful life, because they just mind their own business. No one's trying to deport them. No one's trying to say they're terrorists or this or that. They just mind their own business. They just see this is watching the world burn, this is doing their own thing, focus on their family, because they mind their own business. This world would be better if everyone was just like the Asians, because we will have a peaceful world.
I love this part. Just imagine you're in your corner, shrinking, belittling yourself, and this is what outsiders are thinking of you. Chinese, American, Chinese, Asians, generally, guys, put your head up there as you carry yourself in the society, because you are the one who has to build strength for yourself. You don't need to fit in. You don't need that. You don't need that. This is an outsider. This is not you. This is not someone from your community, and this is what they understand about you. Why are you fearing? Why? That's my question for you. Why are you fearing? And I'm glad that lately I'm seeing that more and more Chinese Americans are starting to make their videos in Mandarin.
A little while ago, I shared that one of my biggest regrets is not learning how to read and write Chinese. Now I'm trying to learn as an adult. A lot of people gave me some great recommendations, but I actually have decided to go old school, and I'm making flashcards.
Wherever I go, I feel like I'm not Chinese enough, because people expect me to know Mandarin even though I speak a different dialect. Like, I can understand and speak a little bit of Mandarin. 我说一点点. Anyway.
I think I'm losing my Asian identity, or what it means to be Asian, because the other day I went to a Chinese restaurant with my friends who are Asian. I tried to order for them, and I struggled to communicate with the waiter, and it got to the point where I had to, call up my parents to help me pick out which food items to get.
我有些话需要对你们讲，我真的很希望我旁边的人 OK 我是 ABC American Born Chinese， 说真的我觉得我的中文说的不是特别的好，但是我真的很希望我有些朋友就是专门就是可以跟我沟通是用中文讲，你知道吗？因为我觉得我旁边的朋友都是most of my friends 都是跟我讲英文， 没关系。对，我的中文讲的不是非常的好，我知道，就讲的有点怪怪的，你知道吗？但就是我想练习，你知道吗？因为我怕我要是在这儿，就是在美国，要是不经常讲的话，就会不见了。我觉得我的中文现在还讲的还可以，是因为我会有的时候会看，就像连续剧。哎，说真的，我最近也没有看很多连续剧。说真的，现在我不是很喜欢看连续剧，感觉有时候就很假，你知道吗？就有时候看就觉得，哦，这是绝对不会在我身上发生的。Don't get me wrong, I have Chinese friends， 但就是他们是会说中文，也不会跟我说中文，你懂吗？不知道，有可能是我不是从 China， 我是在这儿生的，所以有可能就是因为我的中文讲的不是很好，所以他们不会想跟我说中文，我不知道 I don't know 说真的，我想一想，我觉得也有可能会很尴尬，因为有的时候我觉得我想说的话，有可能就是用中文说不过来，所以我有的时候就是看到2个女生就专门用中文沟通，我就特别的 envious， 你知道吗？我想说，我也很想有这样的朋友。
Like, I don't know, I think just speaking in Mandarin just feels more intimate and close.
知道我的英文比我中文讲的好，但是我中文还是可以的。就是你要是把我就是突然就是把我放在中国，我可以 I can get around。觉得我的中文可以讲得更好，要是我有些人可以跟我一起练习，你知道吗
I hope this video is beneficial to you. Like the video for recommendations, subscribe if you're new here, turn on the bell so that you get notified whenever I have a new video. You can as well support me through the thank button. I appreciate you. Goodbye for now. Bye. Thank you.